bit of a road trip. Today it is 14th of January. We're heading up to a little house below the cemetery, so looks like we'll be in some fog over there. And we're going to be taking a look at the creek, which I know very, very well. We grew up in that house starting in 1969. And we always played in the creek there. And I think it's going to be running pretty high. We'll be heading up into that area over there. And I just wanted to get out of the house this morning. I couldn't go for my morning walk yesterday because we had heavy, heavy rain. And it started before sundown, before sun up, pardon me. And then it rained the whole day. It just never stopped. And it was raining so much, so hard that I could hear it wherever I was at in my house. I could hear it, and it was just crazy. And so I'm pretty sure the creek's going to be up, running pretty high. I have fond memories of similar floods that we had back when I was a kid. Creek would just be running massively high, and so we'll go see it. We had a lot of rain, that's for sure, so it should be running pretty good. So we'll see. Get out here and get some walking in, and just get out of the house for a little while today. Here is the creek here. This is part of the creek, and that's not running anywhere near as high as I thought it would be. Alright, we're here, and I'm already just a little bit disappointed because I can't hear the creek running very hard, and I should be able to. And it is not. I was expecting to hear quite a torrent racing through here. Of course, I don't know what it's been like for the last month or so, but I think the last time I was up here, I went up to where there is now a dog park up there. We got mining stuff around here, and I don't think it was running at all, honestly. So that's a little disappointing after having a whole day of very heavy, hard rain. I really thought it would be running a lot more. And I took a few shots when I was at home yesterday outside of showing it raining, and to me it was very heavy and very hard, but maybe it wasn't as hard as I thought that it was. And the water's not even dirty. I can remember it being probably twice this high and being really, really dirty. And this creek has a lot of big rocks in it, big boulders. And I can remember when you can see some of them down there, when we were kids living in the house right over there, we would hear, during the night, we would hear, of course, the creek running, and we could hear the rocks, being pushed down the stream, and all that. So it looks like it's been a little bit higher, looking at the grass on the sides there. Let's go over to the other side. Just a short little trip over here. And yeah, you can see how the grass has been kind of laid down. So it was flowing higher at one point. And, maybe all those times when I was a kid, when the creek got really high, it might have been because of snow runoff. The rainstorms brought in a lot of rain, of course, and melted the snow. And but it never overflowed its banks. If it ever was going to, it would have done it right here, obviously. But it never did. We used to have a little motorcycle trail down and back up, but it was more over that way. They've completely redone this, so it doesn't look the same. You can see really large boulders and rocks along the shore. They actually put those in, the city did, when they redid everything out here. And there was a tree over here. The house is over there now. We can't really see it. It's just beyond my car because of the trees that they planted. Those trees were never originally here. And you can get a picture from out in this area looking back at the house. And there was a picture taken around 1984. I took a picture of my car. It was a 70 Dodge Dart Swinger, a red car, orange car. And I had put my mom's dog on the hood. And I was taking a picture straight out this way. And you would see this big large tree that was right here. And it was right here. It was here until after when they remodeled this place. See, they left those trees there. And well, there's only one tree there, the biggest one, the one on the right side that doesn't have any leaves. But they left that one here, and they left the big tall huge evergreen tree that was right here. And at some point they had to take it out, but they left the, you know, where they had left you know, the grass and the field there. But we had a motorcycle hill climb right about, the tree would have been right there where it's kind of sunk in, it looks like. And we had a hill climb, or a motorcycle trail, because the bridge didn't exist then, so we could ride our dirt bikes back and forth, and then we would go up the highway and all the rest. So it was right in this area here, and I can remember we'd come flying down there, and then we'd catch some air here, and we had to be kind of careful because the tree was right there. So yeah, bygone memories. All these other trees are all original, it looks like. So they've changed it somewhat, but not completely. As I said, that bridge was not always there. When it first went in, sometime around 1980, it was simply a footbridge. And we didn't ride the motorcycles across it. We'd like to ride across the creek there. Yeah, a lot of good memories. So I have done a few videos about this area, and been up on top there, and somebody's taking their dog up there to the dog park, which is the newest addition to this area. So we'll walk over here and get a shot back at the house. Got lots of pictures of the house. This was just an old field filled with nothing. Well, when we first moved here in '69, there were some old cars. There was one over there beyond where my car's at, and then there was one just about opposite that van there, but closer to the driveway. So you can see the house there. You can grab a picture of it. I got a picture I can put up and kind of compare it. Same house. We look for it to become up for sale or vacant or whatever my sister does, because if we can, we want to go check that thing out. Maybe be prospective renters or buyers or something like that, and go check it out. So our bedrooms are upstairs, and we'll walk down this way and get a little bit better shot of my brother's, John and I's bedroom window. Okay, I've walked down here a little ways to get this shot of the house. That bottom big window with the white shutters, that's the kitchen window, dining room window, and of course the front door under the porch, and another window. And then that upstairs window was myself and John's room. So originally he slept on the left side of the window and I slept on the right side. And that was an old attic that was divided in half. And the other half was my little brother and sister's room. And I've got a shot, I think it was after my dad had passed away, where I stood about out here taking a picture back towards the house. My dad's green Nova is there, and my 72 Chevelle that I had just finished restoring, basically. Chevelle Malibu with black Super Sport stripes and all the rest is parked in the driveway. I'd come up to spend some time with Mom. She lived here until 91. And yeah, by that time they had started to change this field into a parking lot, but back then it was all dirt. So I was going to come up here in November, and this would have been late November, and it was for the 35th anniversary of my dad's passing. Now, he didn't die here, he died in a nursing home in the town where I live at. But my mom kept him here as long as she could. And here's a picture of him. The last picture taken of him was taken by me. It was taken right here in this field, approximately where that big rock is at there, across the pavement. My aunt and uncle came down here to see my dad one last time, and he was sitting out there underneath the awning there at their big camping trailer, and I took that picture of him as he's sitting in a lawn chair, and he's very sick at that time. He's been through chemo and everything, but there was no chance for him he wasn't going to survive the cancer. And this was when he was feeling good, and he wouldn't be feeling good very long. Pretty soon he'd become bedridden and all that. So I took that picture. It's approximately September of '88. I was 28 years old. My dad was 59, and he would die on November 20th. So that all happened 35 years ago. Well, I think I'll walk down here and maybe go up the cemetery road a little ways. So we're over here, we're close to the cemetery road, and I'd mentioned in a previous video about this big huge tree here, and as one of the very first places myself, my little brother, and my sister were playing at, just probably the first week we were here. The house is back towards that way, down that little driveway, and was right over here. We would slide down this little hill on these little wooden toy cabooses or trains. I know one was a caboose, and we just had so much fun sliding down that area and then over here. And I just remember the three of us out here just having so much fun sliding down the hill. And that first week, it had to be the first week that we lived here. And of course this roadway here that you see, the lower one, that takes you up to what we always called the flats, and we looked at that extensively in the past. But up there where the wall is at, that's the cemetery road, and I'm gonna try to head up there and walk up that road at least a little ways, because it's good exercise that I could use, and I haven't been getting enough of. Alright, I've come up this far. I don't feel like going any farther. I had too much coffee before I left the house, unfortunately. So I'm gonna head back. And at least I got out and got some exercise today.